I'm Dr. Claire Reynolds, and I want to start with a question that might hit close to home for many of you listening. Have you ever found yourself wondering why, even though the desire is still burning just as strong as it always was, your body doesn't seem to respond the way it used to? Maybe you're over 50, maybe you're approaching that milestone, and you've noticed that maintaining an erection has become more challenging. Perhaps it ends more quickly than before, leaving you feeling frustrated, maybe even a little defeated. Now, I know this isn't the easiest topic to discuss, but here's the thing. You're not alone in this experience. In fact, you're part of a much larger group than you might realize. Many people automatically assume that this is just what happens when you get older, that it's simply the price you pay for aging. But I'm here to tell you that's not entirely true. The real cause isn't just the number on your driver's license or birth certificate. The real culprit lies in the silent, gradual changes that are happening inside your body right now.
Think about it this way. Your body is like a complex machine that's been running for decades. Over time, certain parts start to work a little differently. Your blood circulation begins to slow down. The reflex nerves that once responded instantly start to weaken. And those male hormones that used to surge through your system, they gradually begin to decline, often without any proper support or intervention. According to research from major male health organizations, and I'm talking about comprehensive studies here, more than 60% of men after middle age struggle to maintain stable erections. That's 3 out of every 5 men. So if you're dealing with this, you're definitely not alone. And more importantly, you shouldn't feel ashamed or embarrassed about it. But here's what I really want you to understand, and this is crucial. Your body still has an incredible ability to recover. It still has those mechanisms built right in, but they've essentially gone to sleep. They're dormant, waiting for the right kind of awakening, the right kind of stimulation to bring them back to life.
Now, before we dive deeper into this, I'd love to connect with you wherever you are right now. Whether you're listening to this podcast while driving to work, taking a walk, or just relaxing at home, I want to know, where in the world are you tuning in from? Send me a message, leave a comment, reach out however you can. I genuinely enjoy knowing who I'm sharing this journey with, because that's what this is, a journey toward taking control of our health in a natural, informed way. Let me explain what's really happening inside your body as you age, because understanding this is the first step toward doing something about it. When you were younger, getting an erection was probably something that happened naturally, quickly, almost effortlessly. Your body just knew what to do, and it did it without any conscious effort on your part. But as you've gotten older, you've probably started to realize a hard truth that many men face. The mental desire is absolutely still there. That hasn't changed at all. But the physical response, that's where things have gotten more complicated. So what exactly is going on inside your body? There are 3 main factors working against you, and understanding each one is going to help you address them effectively.
The first factor involves the blood vessels in your pelvic area. These are the vessels responsible for supplying all the blood needed to achieve and maintain an erection. As you age, these vessel walls gradually lose their elasticity. Think of them like garden hoses that have been left out in the sun for too many seasons. They become less flexible, more rigid. When this happens, it becomes significantly harder for adequate amounts of blood to flow to where it needs to go. And without sufficient blood flow, maintaining a firm, lasting erection becomes nearly impossible, no matter how strong your desire might be. The second factor is your nervous system, specifically the nerves that control your sexual reflexes. These are incredibly sophisticated networks that carry signals from your brain down to your lower region. But when these nerves are affected by aging, prolonged stress, physical inactivity, or even just the general wear and tear of life, their reaction speed begins to slow down considerably. The result? Your physical sensations during arousal become diminished, even though emotionally and mentally you're just as engaged as you've always been.
The third factor is something that affects every man as he ages, whether he realizes it or not: the gradual decline of testosterone. This is the key hormone that drives not just your libido, but your entire male sexual performance system. After age 40, testosterone levels begin to decrease each year. And this isn't just a minor dip we're talking about. When testosterone drops, your desire can weaken, yes, but there's something else that happens that many people don't realize. Your body also loses its ability to produce adequate amounts of nitric oxide. Now, nitric oxide might not be a term you're familiar with, but it's absolutely crucial for male sexual function. This molecule is what helps dilate your blood vessels and maintain strong, lasting erections.
Here's what happens when all three of these factors combine, and this is where it gets really challenging. You get poor circulation, slowed nerve signals, and hormonal decline all working against you at the same time. This creates what we call a negative cycle. Your erections become weaker, you lose firmness more quickly, and the overall pleasure and satisfaction decrease significantly. This inevitably leads many men into a state of anxiety about their performance, which then creates a loss of confidence in their intimate lives, which can actually make the physical problems even worse. But here's what I want you to understand, and this is the most important point I'm going to make today. You are not stuck in this condition forever. This is not a life sentence. By reactivating your body's internal regulation systems through specific techniques, you can essentially restart your physiological flow. You can recover your natural sexual reflexes, and you can regain the confidence you once had. Now, you might be wondering, what techniques am I talking about? Well, that's where reflexology comes in. And I want to share something with you that might surprise you. Few people realize that with nothing more than your own hands, you already possess a method that can improve sexual function safely, simply, and without any medication whatsoever. Inside the palms of your hands right now are specific pressure points, areas that connect very closely with both your nervous system and your cardiovascular system. These points play an incredibly important role in regulating blood flow throughout your body and enhancing sexual sensation. This is a technique that I often recommend to my older patients, men who once believed that prescription pills were their only option. But the reality is, when you stimulate the right reflex points correctly, your body naturally reactivates its own inner healing systems. It improves blood flow on its own, enhances nerve sensitivity naturally, and helps you maintain more stable erections without any external intervention. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need any special equipment. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to make appointments or get prescriptions. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day performed with the correct technique, and you'll be helping your body gradually rebalance its sexual function in a completely natural and sustainable way. Let me walk you through the specific pressure points we're going to focus on. We'll start with 2 essential reflex points located right in the palms of your hands. These points are considered transitional zones between your heart, brain, and reproductive organs, and they have tremendous potential to reactivate sexual reflexes that have faded over time. The first point is called HT8, or the Xiaofu point. To locate this point, look at the palm of your hand near the base of your little finger. You'll find it in the soft depression of your palm in that area. This point is directly connected to what's called the heart meridian, which influences blood flow throughout your entire body, including specifically to your genitals. When you stimulate this point properly, it boosts blood circulation to your lower pelvic area, which is absolutely crucial for achieving and maintaining strong erections. Here's how you apply pressure to this point. Use the thumb of your opposite hand to gently press on the HT8 point and hold that pressure for about 30 seconds. You want firm but comfortable pressure, not so light that you barely feel it, but not so hard that it's painful. After 30 seconds, release, then repeat this process 2 to 3 times on each hand.
Do this daily and you'll start to notice improvements in circulation.
The second point is called PC8, or the low gong point. This one is located right in the center of your palm, essentially where your hand touches the ground when you make a tight fist. This point belongs to what's called the pericardium meridian, and it's incredibly effective at relieving tension in your central nervous system. Remember, nervous system tension is one of the main reasons sexual reflex signals become sluggish and unresponsive. To work with this point, use your fingertip to gently make circular motions over the PC8 point for about 1 minute. The motion should be smooth and consistent, applying moderate pressure throughout. Then switch hands and repeat the same process. These simple movements do two things simultaneously. They promote blood flow to exactly where it's needed most, and they stimulate sensory nerves, helping to awaken sexual reflexes that have slowed down due to time and life stress.
Now, if you want your recovery process to go even deeper, and I highly recommend that you do, don't overlook the incredibly powerful acupressure points located on the soles of your feet. The feet are often referred to as energy centers that support kidney function, hormonal regulation, and foundational male vitality. Most people only focus on the upper body when they're thinking about male performance, but few realize that the soles of your feet and the areas around your ankles are home to pressure points that have a profound impact on blood circulation, kidney function, and male hormone production. These pressure points don't just receive energy from your entire body. They actually direct that energy flow down to your lower pelvic region, which directly determines your erection ability and your sensitivity during intimate moments. Let me tell you about 2 specific foot points that can make a tremendous difference. The first is called KI3, or the Tai Chi point. You'll find this point in the depression between your Achilles tendon and your inner ankle bone. This point belongs to the kidney meridian and is very closely related to male vitality, semen production, and natural testosterone regulation. Regular stimulation of the Tai Chi point helps activate kidney function and supports improvement in sexual performance from the very root of the issue.
To work with this point, use your thumb to press with moderate force for about 60 seconds on each foot. The best time to do this is when your body is already relaxed, such as after a warm shower or just before bed when your muscles are loose and receptive. The second foot point is KI1, or the Yongquan point. This one is located right in the middle of the sole of your foot, near the ball of your foot, where an imaginary line between your second and third toes would intersect with the sole. This point has a very specific and powerful function. It helps guide the downward flow of qi, blood, and energy from your upper body directly to your genital region. Regular circular pressure on the Yongquan point increases genital sensation, improves overall sensitivity, and supports your ability to achieve stronger, more lasting erections. Here's how to work with this point. Use your fingertip to make gentle circular motions for 1 to 2 minutes on each foot. You can enhance the effects significantly by combining this massage with a foot soak in warm water mixed with fresh ginger or mineral salts. The warm water helps open up the pathways and makes the pressure point stimulation even more effective.
When you apply the right pressure to these foot acupressure points regularly, you're helping to regulate circulation throughout your entire body, improve nerve function from the ground up, and stimulate hormonal activity. These are the core factors in establishing stable and lasting sexual health. But here's something crucial that many people overlook. For this method to truly reach its full potential, the timing and combination of techniques matter tremendously. You might perform every acupressure technique perfectly, but if you choose the wrong time of day or lack the proper supporting elements, your results might still fall short of what's possible.
Based on my experience with patients over many years, I've found that the ideal time for this practice is in the evening, when your body is naturally relaxed, your blood vessels naturally dilate, and your nervous system begins to enter a restful state. This is what I call the golden moment for your body to absorb the full benefits of acupressure work. Your body is more receptive, your mind is calmer, and the effects tend to be more pronounced and longer lasting.
If evening practice isn't convenient for your schedule, early morning right after waking up is also excellent timing. The key is that your body should still be calm and not yet distracted by outside factors, stress, or the demands of your day. You can also significantly enhance the effects by combining your acupressure practice with these supportive habits. First, try soaking your feet in warm water with ginger or mineral salts before you begin your massage routine. This helps soften muscle tissues, boost circulation naturally, and open up the pathways for blood and energy to flow more freely to the acupoints you're working on. Second, drink a glass of warm water with honey or fresh ginger slices about 15 minutes before your practice session. This helps warm your internal organs, stimulate your metabolism, and support natural hormone balance from the inside out.
Third, and this is something many people skip but shouldn't, practice deep, steady breathing during your massage routine. This helps calm your nervous system even further and significantly increases the effectiveness of activating your sexual reflexes. Breathe slowly and deeply through your nose, allowing your body to relax completely into the practice. When these small habits become part of your daily routine, and I mean truly part of your routine where you do them consistently every single day, you'll begin to notice significant changes, not just in your sexual health, although that will definitely improve, but also in your overall mood, your sleep quality, your energy levels throughout the day, and your emotional connection with your partner. However, and I want to be completely honest with you about this, true results only come when you stay absolutely consistent and take initiative from within. This isn't a quick fix or a magic solution that works overnight. This is about retraining your body, reactivating systems that have been dormant, and rebuilding your natural sexual response. That takes time, patience, and most importantly, consistency. I want to leave you with a message that I hope will stay with you long after this podcast ends. Age cannot take away your masculine strength unless you surrender it. Your body still holds incredibly powerful mechanisms of healing and recovery. They're not broken. They're not gone. They're just asleep right now, waiting to be reawakened in the right way through small, daily actions like the acupressure massage techniques I've shared with you today. You don't have to live with frustration, embarrassment, or shame just because things aren't exactly the way they used to be. You don't have to accept that this is simply your new reality. Just a few minutes a day, practice regularly and consistently, gives you a genuine opportunity to restore blood flow where it's needed most, sharpen your nerve responses, and reignite the physiological reflexes that may have been forgotten but are absolutely still there.
Remember, your journey toward better sexual health and overall vitality is exactly that, a journey. Be patient with yourself, be consistent with your practice, and trust that your body wants to heal and recover just as much as you want it to. I'm Dr. Claire Reynolds, and thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope you'll take these techniques and make them part of your daily routine. Your future self will thank you for the investment you're making in your health right now. Stay strong, stay confident, and remember, fulfillment in every moment of life is not just possible, it's your birthright.